About getting ready for our final race of the day, which is the Coma Bambinos. Unfortunately, we've missed the parents' race because they've already meandered down to the grid, and we're waiting for the kids to be released. And they are released now. There's a green light, so away they go with the Bambino final. Henry Hales in pole, Logan Hodgetts in second, Will Wainwright third, Jax Wong is fourth, Benjamin Silver is fifth, then Ollie West is sixth on the grid, Cameron Simon seventh, Noah Wicklow is eighth, Arlo Gamble is ninth, Raith Owen is 10th, Max Armit is 11th, Jesse Bailey is 12th, Hendrix Fallat is 13th, John Stevens is 14th, then it's Riley, Aston Wilkins, Arthur Bowers is 17th, and Max Centelleras, there's all sorts of chaos at the back of the grid, but they will be able to reform up because they are going to have a fixed grid, is 18th. So the only downside, that fantastic interview, Joe, is we missed the parents' race.
Oh, I'm sorry. But more important to speak to Riley Murrow.
Oh, right, yeah.
That does make sense, actually. Riley coming here for preparation for the British. That's be here in June. So he's not doing the championship.
I sincerely hope it's going to be dry in June.
Got every chance not to be.
Yeah.
You know what, Nick? Considering the racing we do car racing at some of the highest levels, certainly in sports car racing. I'm
certainly hoping for some sun at Portimao.
Okay, don't rub it in.
No, we're there together.
Yes, we're at Portimao together, yes. Yeah, we're looking forward to the 24 hours. But you know what? I have not looked forward to a race so much. The C50 Comas are one of the best forms of racing. We did. Can you know that heat we had yesterday?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah,
the second heat that we had yesterday for these drivers was absolutely phenomenal, utterly phenomenal. And you know what? You could use that as a training video for drivers of anything. You know,
but I'm going to put a but in there.
Oh, go on.
That was in dry conditions.
Yes. Well, this is what I was coming to actually. We saw how close these drivers can race. They can really drive very, very close indeed, nose to tail in the dry. But then again, so can the Honda Cadets. But that's not something that we've been able to see anybody do, certainly in any of the classes. So we're going to see if the Coma C50s can. Winner of round one, Will Wainwright. Is on the second.
Will White
is on the second row of the grid in fourth. Winner of round two at Glannigore, Ollie West finds himself in just behind him on the third row. Henry Hales, no surprise for us there. Henry Hales on the pole position with Logan Hodgetts alongside. Got Jax Wong up there in third with Will Wainwright alongside. Ollie West and Benjamin Shivar, who knows this place well. We've got Noah Wicklow. He's had a great but mixed kind of day, or indeed weekend. Calman Simon still with the best helmet in 8th. 9th is Raith Owen, Arlo Gamble 10th. Then we've got Max Armit, Hendrix Fallat, Brady Atkin, Jesse Bailey, John Stevens, Riley Aston Wilkins, Santo Amico, Arthur Bowers, and rounding off what is a 19 kart field is Max Centelleras. We are going, Nick. We are racing.
There's a comment you have to read, but I can't read out.
All right, we are racing.
Here we go. And they are into the first goal. Beautiful cut across there, 74.57. Just waiting to get the Arlo Gamble there. Comes up ahead. And they're now coming down round through the dog leg. Great start for a number of people. And into the lead, it's the 57 from the 74. So it is Henry Hales from Logan Hodgetts. So he's got the lead already. And they disappear out. But up the inside, Hodgetts says, no, thank you. I want it back in the lead again. I enjoyed being on pole. I'm back ahead again. And the over and under sort of works now. We're hanging around the outside. Hales no into centre 2, but he's got the chance to get inside. Oh, and it's often a different postcode there is Hodgetts, but it's not going to
work for him.
No, he got some drive from that concrete, in fairness, but not enough. And now the 60. No, that can't be a 63. Is it 53? Is that Noah Wicklow? I think
that's Noah Wicklow.
That's Wicklow in third.
He's confusing us by putting a black wetsuit on.
He's had a real up and down day, Wicklow, but he's now looking to move into second place. The inner line doesn't normally work, but some of the performance parameters of the Comas are slightly different. It did work, so he's into second place. So just to give you an idea, we've got Hales from Wicklow, from Hodgetts, as Hodgetts now says, and I'm sorry, I really don't want to be in third place, but there's Wicklow keeping that second all to himself.
To give Logan Hodgetts some credit. He's been instructed to drive around the outside of this track because of the damp conditions. However, I think we might be in a process of transitioning as he moves forward and ahead of Wicklow, purely on power coming out of the final
it's
turn.
Initial grip, not power.
That's what I mean.
Grip gives you've missed out your favourite word.
Yeah, momentum. He had momentum, and he carried that momentum and a little bit of slipstream, in fact. Now, if these two continue to swap around, that's going to allow Henry Hills to break free.
Is Henry going to become another one of our breakaway winners?
Yes.
I know we're only 2 minutes in, but you kind of think it's happened so often in these wet weather. Now, the second and third are battling. There's a kind of a semi-train. They're not actually as close in third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh.
That's a great battle, isn't it? Benjamin Chivard and Will Wainwright. They're having a ding-dong
I think
behind.
his sun. Is the sun out? It's looking very bright. It's about almost out, isn't it? It's almost out, the sun.
It was going to be. It was forecast towards 4 o'clock, and here we are 4:15. And as we predicted, as my Met Office weather app satellite.
In fairness, your satellite Met it's actually been super accurate, which is depressing because when you're praying for it not to be accurate,
but
at least you got the dry bit right.
We can get that right.
But Henry Hales is absolutely gapping both of these as Wicklow and Hodgetts probably slow each other down a little bit with their battling. And then just looking to see what's happening with third. For fourth and fifth, they're also having a bit of a scrappage, which I think is Silva and Wainwright. Wainwright's had a big day as well, hasn't he? All over the positions.
Yeah. You know what? It's like a season's worth of anecdotes in one day. It really has been, the way that these conditions have mixed things up. The sun is brightly shining here at Warden Law.
Has been all day. You've just tuned in. This has been the weather the whole day.
Well, to be fair, Nick, the sun has been shining all day, just behind those rain clouds.
Yes.
Shining on. We've had a change of position for Wainwright, who's gotten ahead of Benjamin Chivard. Chivard's a determined little character. I hope you picked up the paddock show for lunchtime, and we had a great little chat to Benjamin Chivard. He's been here a few times. In fact, last weekend he just clinched the Warden Law Car Club Spring Trophy. 6-round series that we had just concluded last weekend, and Benjamin on the number 78, who is now beginning to unfortunately drop back off the rear bumper of Wainwright.
He's not.
We've got no, he's back. Hang on, I looked away. He's back.
What's he just saying?
Yes, what's he back? Wicklow still glued to the rear bumper of Hodgetts.
So look at the lead for Hales. Where
Hales
is he?
Gone.
He's not there.
Hales is
there.
Gone.
He is. It was 2.4 seconds before, as Wainwright takes a very ambitious line, which actually does get him way closer to the two carts ahead of him. So Wicklow now looking for an inside line on Hodgetts.
No, it's not going to work there.
No.
That's getting back towards an ideal line where you have to keep very tight to the left to give the optimum line through the right hand of that.
Some parts of this track are behaving like they're dry again, aren't they?
They are. They're beginning to, aren't they? They're beginning to. There's only turn one here with that big, massive puddle. But they are beginning to. I mean, look at that. Sliding out wide, but not having any effect.
No.
Has to tuck it back in to avoid the puddle on the entrance to Brian's Bend. As they into the dog leg then. This is the fourth lap for these carts. Lapping in the 1 minute 25. So if you compare that to 1 minute 30 and 31s for the mighty Bambinos.
Yep, that's because it's drier.
Yeah, it is. It's transitioning back towards a less wet track. I've still refused to use the term dry.
It's not dry, obviously, but it's drying. But this battle 2, 3, 4, 5 really fight. Wicklow looked like he's dropping back, but he's just taking a different line. Suddenly there's 14 different lines between four carts there. But the net effect is they've all kind of kept equidistant.
This is going to help Henry Hills, though. If this 2-card battle for second place becomes a 4-card battle for second place.
Does he need any help?
He kind of doesn't need any help, but it's going to help him even further. If these four begin to squabble now. Oh, look at that. Look at that variation of opinion.
Is it going to work? Oh, he's got Wicklow really hung out to dry there, but he actually gave enough
Chivard
space.
Through.
Yes, because Wainwright backed off because he was about to put Wicklow into the...
Oh, and Wainwright back on Chivard. Back on Shiv, they're just swapping, willing it. Chivard coming back on Wainwright.
Lost the drive
using
there.
all the curve.
Well, he hasn't. He's got the drive.
Side by side. This is the battle for fourth and fifth. Who's going to get it? It's Wainwright still from Chivard. Slots in behind. Will he have a look out? No, he can't because of the wet inside line. Wainwright all the way around the outside, and Chivard now has a think about having another go.
The lead's up to 6 seconds. It's a remarkable performance by Henry Hales, but we're not seeing because it's just him driving away from the pack. So into the second place. We're just looking at third place and fourth place. Bright yellow is the fourth place of Will Wainwright. And they've just had a little bit of a splittage at this moment.
behind Shivar, I've got to say, here comes Jax Wong. Jax beginning to gain on Shivar because Shivar is he's trying to get past Wainwright, who seems to have speed in different places to Shivar, which it's a bit of a puzzler, really. If you were Benjamin Shivar, where do you pick to get past Wainwright? Because then Wainwright will come straight back at you.
Yeah, you think about going around the inside here. Now, Wainwright has a very different line than the other kart racers down here. He goes very tight in here. Now, interesting, I think Shivar's just following, where perhaps Shivar should try a different line to give himself a different chance to get past.
Maybe.
But again, we're trying to second guess a 7-year-old.
Remember, these are on the LeConte treaded tyres. They're classed as an all-weather tyre, so these karts run on treaded tyres even in the dry, so it's not making any difference to kind of tyre choice strategies or anything like that. It's not as tricky as that. You basically put the kart out. You might change other things in the setup, I'm pretty sure you do. Into turn 1 then.
Hales has pulled another second out. He's now 7 ahead as Wainwright starts thinking about some sort of line that might get him closer to Wicklow in the red kart. But at the moment, they've had a little bit of a moment. They had a whole lap there. They just went round, which is definitely not on in the script. So it's Hodgetts at the head of this group, Wicklow in the red. The yellow is Wainwright, and just coming a little bit off the back at the moment is the green helmet of Shivar, but that will change by the time you start talking, Joe.
Well, there's 2 minutes to go, Nick. 2 minutes where, again, anything can happen. I hope nothing happens to Henry Hales, who continues to be the fastest kart on the track. It's not, and you know what? It's like what I said. I think I said that to Bella Franklin, who just won the Junior Primos. It wasn't about the drivers behind that have caused the gap to be created. 1 minute 25.691 is the fastest lap of the race, and that's Henry Hales at the front of the field. He's lapping very, very fast. Personal bests behind him for everybody. So it's not like they're holding each other up.
Yeah.
They're absolutely flat out and maximising and optimising their lap time.
And Wicklow's got right up to the rear bumper of Hodgetts over that course of the last few corners. So, but that was just kind of a movement about 0.3 of a second, made it from a gap to nailed together. But they're going down the straight, and you can see how balanced these Coma engines are, because when they all get a decent dry drive, they're all exactly the same speed.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit of slipstream helping Wicklow there to dive into turn 1 before Hodgetts, but Hodgetts keeps the lead because of that dogleg kink with the wet puddle in the way, just doesn't allow multiple lines at the moment.
I'm not sure if it's going to be last lap board next time by for Henry Hales.
48 seconds, where is
he? He's just going into the first of the centre hairpins. He's between the hairpins on the
infield
infield
here. He only has 1 minute and 19 seconds to get around this lap, so it'll be last lap coming round.
Right, so last lap board. We're getting towards the final stages of the Coma C50 race, side by side towards the second centre, but Logan Hodgetts had the main line. The optimum line, but Wicklow's coming back, and now they're side by side still towards the chicane, and Wicklow is ahead and into second place. The two karts behind them of Will Wainwright and Benjamin Shivar, they take advantage of this, the pace being slowed with the overtake, but not quite. So Wicklow ahead of Hodgetts for the first time, is it this time?
Yeah. But again, Wainwright really dives in there, and it's Hodgetts who got the benefit of not being taken off the track there by him. Wainwright's got a good line through there, just doesn't seem to work with other karts involved in the track.
No.
So the last lap has been started by Henry Hales, and his lead's probably about 9 or 10 seconds now. But this is the battle for second. It's Wicklow, and he's just ahead of Hodgetts. Hodgetts didn't
Look at Hodgetts coming though, Nick. Hodgetts is coming, and he's actually got his nose ahead. Who will hang in there into turn 1. Wicklow wetted his tyres, didn't he? But he hangs on to that second place. Hodgetts. Now Wainwright and Shivar coming into play. Into the dogleg. Wicklow. Dare I say it, he seems to have this in control. And as I say that, indeed, he bounces over the exit curbing. Last time anyone will bounce over the exit curbing, to be honest, because that's all going to change next week.
Wow.
When work starts on the reprofiling. Into the left-hand first of the centre hairpins. This one's the left-hander into the second centre. That's the right-hander. I know.
Thought about it. Almost got it.
They are closing up.
But
we've got to leave this and go to the leader, though, Nick. Yep. The leader's up ahead and in towards.
Where is Henry?
He's at the gasworks. We're going to have to wait. And there's Henry Hales. Look at the lead he's got. We're going to have to follow him to the flag, no question. He's deserved of that. Here he comes. Henry Hales has been the absolute meister of these damp conditions here at Warden Law for round 3 of the Kart Championship. And it will be the number 57 of Hales that he bounces with joy. He bounces with joy
well
and
done, Henry.
punches the air. He'll be...
And he doesn't even know the bonus of chatting to you that's coming up.
He'll be happy to talk to me in the park firm here, won't he?
Oh, great
finish. Look at that
really close finish at the end. It was Wicklow who got Wicklow got second. Hodgetts was third. Wainwright in the end managed to get fourth place. Fifth place went to Benjamin Sliver. Then it's Jack Swong, Mac Armit, Armo Gamble, Jesse Bailey, John Stevens, Hendrix Fallat, Calman Simon, Santo Amico bringing up the end of the top 10 or so. The noise behind us, so we're just going to go and talk to Joe, and that will once Joe's talked to our very worthy winner, Henry Hales, that will bring to an end today's performances. Events. Next karting on Karting Live TV is a few weeks' time. It's the NKC round number 2 from Forest Edge. And then we'll be back on the Kart Championship the week after Le Mans, which I think is the 22nd and 23rd. It might be 21st and 22nd of June. And that event will be over at Rowra. So lots more karting on Karting Live TV and lots of other things happening as well. Some full-size racing for Joe and I. Joe is going to be doing some historics next week. So if you like the sound of Joe's voice, and who doesn't? Who doesn't like the sound of Joe's voice? And once again, Joe is helping the youngster get his gloves and his helmet off, which is really this is his uncle, granddad Joe, you see, doing what he should do, and having a little look around. But yeah, so we are back in a couple of weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, with karting from the NKC round 2, and then back, because it's a bit of a break now between round 3 and round 4 of this championship. But the good news is the young Henry is now able to have a quick word with young Joe Bradley.
Henry Hales, wow, you made that look easy. I bet it wasn't, though.
No.
Tell me how hard it was.
Impossibly.
Really? Why is that?
Because you had to manage all the fields in the cart not to spin. And all these emotions going through you were just as hard as impossible to manage.
So you mean you were really nervous there, but you know, you knew the checkered flag was coming, you knew you had round 3 of the Kart Championship in your grasp, but it was still hard to keep the kart on the track, yeah?
When I was on the final straight, I was like, don't spin. And I just felt like I won the Worlds. When I won, I just felt it's the best feeling in the world, really.
Well, I saw that the way you were bouncing up and down in your kart as you took the checkered flag. Everybody loved that on TV. The other thing I want to talk to you about is every lap you were the fastest kart on the track. The timing screen was having your lap times as purple every time. It was a really cracking drive, Henry. You should be very proud of that.
Thanks.
Well done. Henry Hales there. Thank you, Henry. We'll leave you to go to scrutineering. I don't know where your parents are. There's your dad. Be very proud. Thank you, Henry. You can go now. Well done. Tell me about Grandad Chris. He's what?
He's the British World Champion.
The British Champion in what did you dad say? 1970 British Champion.
Yeah.
So Chris Hales is your granddad's name, yeah? And has he taught you how to drive?
He says take the handbrake off always.
Take the handbrake off. Is there a handbrake on that Bambino?
No.
No? Okay. So you've obviously got your granddad's genes. Was your dad any good as well?
He went a couple of times.
All right.
He just went to have a little bit of fun and enjoy it.
All right, so you must take after your granddad, eh? You must be as quick as him if he's the British champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Henry Hales there, great win. You guys can go. Well done, Ben.
I think you've now got too many children, haven't you?
I have, Nick. Hey, I tell you what, all right, the weather has been an absolute challenge today. Yesterday it was absolutely glorious. The sun was shining. It was probably ideal. A bit chilly, yes, but the sun was shining. Today, a completely different day.
Completely different. The rain really separates, I don't say the men from the boys, but no one's older than 16 here, so it's the boys from the younger boys or the girls from the younger girls, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
No, fantastic racing. I don't think we didn't see the close battling at the front we've been seeing the previous 2 rounds, but that's because you've got people who just know how to drive in the wet, and it's a really interesting process watching these drivers learning during the day and learning during a race. But still, great action and great fun, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Well, everybody, it's down now for me and Nick to say goodbye. We've had a great time. Why wouldn't you have a great time at Warden Law? I'm going to be home in 10 minutes. Nick a little bit later.
Just the 4 hours.
We look forward to Rowra and Fulbeck.
The week after Le Mans.
The week after Le Mans, the end of June. A little bit of time to wait, but I'm sure we can fill the gaps in Karting Live TV. See you next time.